Hey everybody.
Hello everybody.
We got a great question today from one of our followers, and we want to take the time to go over this a little bit more in detail.
So it's kind of long, so I'm just I'm kind of summarizing it.
Okay.
Okay. Hi there, I'm a Filipina and I have a foreign boyfriend. We're almost 1 year in a relationship.
Okay, 1 year in a relationship.
He came here in the Philippines to meet me and stay with me almost a month.
Okay.
And it felt so awkward when he met me the first time because it's my first time to meet a foreigner.
Okay.
And after we stay in the...
It is a little weird first time you meet.
It's so weird, yeah. After we stay in the hotel, we go to our place in our province and I met my one friend there.
And she was wearing sexy clothes.
Yep, and she's wearing sexy clothes and she was kind of like comparing.
So she was kind of like implying to her that, you know, he's gonna like me better because I'm wearing sexy clothes, right?
Oh.
Okay.
Then there's a lot of gossips all over the town, so I decided to the gossip is all about my boyfriend liking my friend of mine because she's wearing more sexier clothes than me.
Gotcha.
So that's the gossip. And then I decided to confirm it to my boyfriend because it kind of made me feel comfortable. So I told my boyfriend that, and he said he'd never like my friend. But my problem is a lot of my relatives, single relatives, are chatting with my boyfriends and talking weird story about me behind my back. And I'm so happy that my boyfriend is not believing them, but I want an advice from you guys. What should I do?
Yeah, I love that question, and here's why. The perfect thing just happened to us just recently, and I want to use this as an example so you can really understand it from a different perspective. In a relationship, there are always going to be people that dress sexier than us, people that are better looking than us, people that want to try to flirt with our boyfriend or girlfriend to see if they can lure them away. It's going to happen. Where you focus is where you go. If you focus on all that all the time instead of focusing on your actual relationship with the boyfriend, then here's what will happen is there'll be strain on the relationship and there'll be a lack of trust in the relationship. And it's not going to be him talking to another girl or this that's going to end the relationship. It's going to actually be the lack of trust because there's a lot of anxieties, okay, around that. If you're in a long distance relationship, it takes a secure person. You have to be secure in yourself. You have to know yourself. You have to know your value. And as long as you are certain in your value that you bring into the relationship, meaning you know you're a good person, you know your man loves you, you have nothing to worry about. So I want to give you an example of something that just recently happened in our life. We just went on a date for 2 days at a hotel in Naples. And we just needed some time together. You know, I've been working real hard, she's been busy, and we just needed that time to connect, right? So we went away for a couple of days and we went to this nightclub for the first time. So Angelica and I are at this bar, sitting at a table, and I go get us a drink. And while I'm getting the drink, of course, I kind of glance over 2 tables down and see all these men like, you know, giving her all the sexy eyes and looking and all that stuff, right? And that's natural, it's just going to happen. There were also women that were walking around where Angelica a couple times was like, hey, doing that to me, right? Because there's just a lot of flirtatious things happening, right? And you wonder why when people go out to a bar, they can make a mistake after they drink a lot because there's just so much temptation there. It's just crazy, right?
Yeah.
And you know, we've made videos about this before. It's natural to look. It's natural to see that stuff, right? But what's unnatural is to act on it. All right. So what I'm getting at here is the worst thing I could have done is to walk over to Angelica and say, those guys are looking at you. Are you looking at those guys? What's going on? You know, I saw them, sweetheart, I saw them looking at you. You know, and then for me to like give those guys the dirty look. Guys, get away from her. Go, 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 go. Get away, right? Get away from her. I'm gonna beat you up, right? You know, to exert my power against them, right? That's not exerting power, okay? That's actually showing insecurity. It's showing that, like, I'm fearful of losing her, okay? And that kind of insecurity can actually hurt relationships. She's not acting on it. I'm not acting on it. We're just at a place, and other people are noticing us, and let them do whatever they want to do.
Yeah.
You know, it's not about everybody else. They can dress as sexy as they want, or they could dress like a nun, okay? It don't matter. All that matters are that you stay present in your relationship. And what did I do when I was at the bar? I got our drinks, I walked right over to Angelica, looked her straight in the face and gave her a kiss, and we started, you know, dancing and having a good time. You know, I just showed her that I'm your man, I'm present with you.
Yeah.
You know, and then what does that tell everybody else? Okay, back off. They're real serious, right? Like, he's in love, she's in love. You can just tell by the way that they're talking, right? So then those couple people are going to back off and you know, not going to try to interfere. So let me be clear. You can't control what other women are going to do, just like he can't control what other men might do once you are in his country and you're married. And if we put all our focus and energy on stopping those other people and worry about those other people, then it can actually hurt our relationship. You know, instead we need to focus on what we do have control of, and that's making our relationship stronger.
But I have a question though.
Okay.
For two people in a committed relationship, how should they make each other feel secure about the relationship and about themselves, that they're the only person that their partner's gonna love?
That's simple. You don't entertain the thoughts of the other people. So for example, if you liked the attention, whether you were gonna act on it or not, but if you were sitting there at that table while I was getting us drinks at the bar, if those guys were looking at you and whistling and, you know, and you're sitting there like smiling at them and you kind of like the attention, right? That's inviting disaster to your relationship. The same goes for me. If I were to have other Filipinos that were looking at me, or other women at that bar we were at, you know, tried to pursue me, and I actually, you know, made eye contact and I was actually like enjoying the attention, right? That's a recipe for disaster. You know, we can't help but sometimes glance at things like that and notice that other people might be noticing us, but you can't act on it. You can't actually show them that you have any kind of interest in them whatsoever if your heart is in the right place. Does that make sense?
Makes a lot of sense. If your heart is in the right place.
And what I'm saying is, you know, it's okay to talk to relatives, right? But there's boundaries.
There's boundaries.
You know, there's things you do say and there's things you don't say. And if they cross that boundary, you just don't talk to them. And you tell them straight up, listen, you've just crossed the line. We're not going there. And that's how you respect the other person, and that's how you handle that. But focus is power. You know, focus is power. Where you focus is where you go. If all you're focusing on is all those other people that are trying to steal your man, then that's where the energy is going to go. And energy needs to be in making your bond stronger in a long distance relationship, not on all that other stuff that you can't control, right? So focus on making your relationship stronger, and then guess what happens? You just don't worry about all those other people.
You just don't worry about it.
Because you just know it's never gonna happen. You know, so we hope we've answered your question. Be sure to like this post and share it with all your friends and family. And most importantly, keep it real.